Hello. Hello, welcome to another vlog. I don't even know what to say. What am I doing? I'm just bringing Gigi in because I'm going to do a quick schooling session, and I thought, as I've got Ollie with me, he can be chief video person. It's not even looking at you, so there's no point waving. He can be chief video person, so we can actually film the whole session, so you can see what goes on, and I will try and not say any swear words or anything I shouldn't say. So yeah, that's the idea. I'm just trying to keep up with my horse at the moment, and I might do a little bit more in a minute, but I'm too tired for this really, but we'll give it a go. I was going to say, your running isn't actually fast enough. Chief videographer, is that the word?
Yeah.
I'm not paying you for this. Because see, I'm saving money, see, because she's not got any shoes on, she's barefoot, and this stuff, Barry reckons, is what's been the reason she's got such good feet, so I won't tell you how much it is per pot, because oh, they'll tell me off. It's not actually that expensive. I think it's like 20 quid a pot. Oh god, don't do that. But yeah, it's very good stuff. Oh dear, you've got the lick. Good pony and I'm getting a bit too close. Sorry. It's not very elegant, is it? It's not very elegant either. Showing myself up there. Right, so I'm now going to hop in and do a voiceover because the microphone didn't work. So we tested it and I thought it was working, but whether it wasn't disconnected, I don't know. But anyway, I will do short little voiceovers. I'll try not to ramble on, but it will give you a little bit of something to listen to rather than just dead noise and me trying to mouth and talk stuff, which you can't actually hear. So to start off with, I just walked her around for a couple of minutes. She had just walked in up the track, which is about a 15-minute walk, and hadn't been stood in too long, but just still allowing her
to stretch her neck out, have a little look around the arena, see if anything's changed. She's not particularly looking in here because she knows it now. But if anything odd or new appears, she can get a little bit unsure and a bit worried about it. So just giving her time to have a little wander around and have a nosy. And also just get her moving, get her legs nice and stretched out. So before I got on, I started to do some physio type stretches with her. Because she is a little bit tighter in her right shoulder than she is in her left. Nothing nasty, just baby growing. She's slightly more loose on one side than the other, bit like we are as people, left and right-handed. So she's a little bit tighter on the right-hand side. So I just did some shoulder circles and then just allowed her to stretch out. I think I was telling Ollie off. I don't know what I was doing there. So just letting her have a little wander around. And then Ollie got bored and stopped filming. So I basically then asked him to pick back up and film again. So it isn't a solid filming this vlog, but it should be enough to show you basically everything I did, because the stopping points were he just got bored because I was doing exactly the same thing over and over again, so he stopped filming me. So then I just picked up and asked for trot, and I was just very gently then asking for a little bit of a connection, a little bit of contact. I don't want to just force her straight into it because she is a mare, she is opinionated, and I want her to enjoy the process. I don't want her to think that I'm forcing her into a position she doesn't want to be in. So just started to gently ask her. You can see she's slowly understanding now that when I put that bit of pressure on, she does need to soften and lower her head. It's just getting that consistency now. So she does tend to throw her head straight back up in the air, and that's what we've got to try and catch now, is stopping that head throw so that we can keep that contact nice and consistent, and her to understand that actually having her head in that lower position, using her bum and her back and engaging her core muscles is the correct way, or where I want her, and it actually is easier for her to be down there than it is to go around like a giraffe. It's a little bit wobbly across the middle. And then I just popped her on the other rein, did exactly the same thing. So I just played around and sort of changed the rein a few times. Again, just having a little play around. So with her, it's not asking too much at the minute. When we have our lessons, we do quite a lot, but that's once a month, if that. And that's more for my sake than it is Gigi, so that I can understand exactly what it is I need to be doing with her. And also it means I've got someone very experienced on the ground who can tell me if what I'm doing is wrong. Because whilst I'm actually doing it. So that's really beneficial for me. And then I just popped her on a circle for a bit. I think this is where I popped her on a circle. Just because, yeah, and then Ollie stopped filming for a bit, and actually I told him to pick it back up because I was like, hang on a minute, we're doing the good stuff now. So yeah, he then picked back up and started filming again. I popped her on the circle just because I find it a little bit easier to pick up and keep the contact consistent when she's on that even circle. So I've got to try and make sure I keep that circle nice and round so that we keep the contact nice and consistent, and I'm not pushing it to there. You can see straight line on a circle. That was naughty. Just by trying to keep the bend. And again, gosh, showing myself up here. So I always get told off for doing straight lines and circles. And pushing the button because it's on video. So I need to sort that out. Oh, that was the whole. And then just popped her on the other rein again. So like I said, I was just having a play around. So just lifting my inside hand up there just to try and get that bend a little bit more. Again, because I was only in here for 15 minutes. I didn't want to ask too much, so I wasn't aiming for perfection. If I'd have been in there for 45 minutes, I probably would have been, because by the end of it, I'd have expected her to be listening and respecting me completely, which is what happens when we have our lessons. So you can see there, she just softens a bit, and then it's a little bit strong in the head. And there's flies as well, as you can see from her tail doing windmills, bless her. Which we get rid of in a minute because it starts chucking it down with rain. So whilst it was raining, we did manage to get rid of the flies. So this is quite good actually because it's showing, I know it's Instagram versus reality this, so obviously I like to try and post the whole picture, but it's a lot nicer to post the really pretty stuff than it is to post this that's actually a bit messy. We get hints of nice work, and then it goes back up to being a giraffe, and then hints of nice work. You can see she's thinking, but she's not staying consistent in that contact yet. And again, she's just going, don't know if I want to do that. So again, it's trying to keep those hands nice and soft. Oh God, I'm picking up so many. If I was teaching me right now, I'd be having a head fit. Just shows, do as I say, not as I do. Because, no, yes, do as I say, not as I do. Because don't do what I was doing there. I think, so yeah, so what I tend to do is I do a bit of walk to warm up, start to ask for a little bit of contact, do a bit of trot, ask for contact, and then we pop into canter. Now, canter is still very much just, she's got a lovely comfy canter. As you can see, there's no real contact in this at all. It's just a case of asking her to bend, keeping her moving. She's not being asked too much, and that was just a little bit lazy. So just making sure she's off my leg when I ask her to be. No plans at all to do any sort of prelim test this year because cantering in a rectangle of white boards is actually extremely difficult, particularly when you're used to having fencing all around you. So it's one of my typical change of reins. Don't faff around, just pop her onto the other rein. She knows what we're doing. Here comes the rein. And again, just picked up, popped her into canter. So she's very good. A lot of the time she does pick up on the correct lead as well, which is brilliant because that means she's nice and balanced. You can tell she was half asleep. So do I have to? So yeah, in the canter, it's just about keeping her going, which is why I'm getting a little bit not frustrated because it is what it is, but I am getting a little bit what is frustration really? The ground is so hard. I just want to be able to do some canter work and I just can't. So little tiny. So that was literally all the canter I did. All that's on that canter that is on film is the only cantering I did because I don't want to canter around in circles too much. And then I was just trying to get her to relax her head down into a bit of a stretch, which she wasn't too impressed about doing because it started to rain. She did drop a little bit, I think, but not too much. So yeah, a little bit. Again, I wasn't asking too much. It was just, will you do what I asked for 2 seconds? Yeah, okay, tick, move on to the next thing. So yeah, I really want to get some canter work in open fields because I don't know what I'm saying there. I know what I'm saying. I'll say in a minute. Canter work in open fields so that she can learn to extend and actually build up muscle in the canter. Bless, it's just like not enjoying that rain. Build up muscle in the canter. So then when we do come in the arena, she's got that there already rather than trying to bunch it up straight away because it is quite tight for her in there. So what I was saying there was when I do my schooling with her, it's a bit better. I do walk, trot, canter, say very little canter, and I then go back in and do more trot work. And I tend to find that actually once I've done the canter, she is a lot more willing to drop her head. Now, whether she's just woken up a bit more or whether it's just meant she's relaxed a little bit more, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's how it works for her. And also, I don't want her to think once we've done our walk, trot, canter, she's done. Because I've had that so many times before where with horses, they do their walk, they do their trot, they do their canter, a little bit of jumping if they're jumping, and they think, that's it, I'm done, I'm finished. And with her, it's like, no, that's not the case. Because obviously, if we're doing 3-day event, or not 3-day event, 1-day event, with 3 phases, I don't want her to think that she's all done and dusted if we've still got a lot left to do. So I just changed the rein. So that left rein was her better rein. So you'll notice on this rein now, she's not quite, we don't get quite as nice a shape on this rein. There's little spots of it that are okay, but not quite as nice a shape. And she was being very good because this weather was coming in badly. As you can see, actually, just shows you can see it on the screen. But I have been drenched more times than I can count, particularly as the local venue on the hill is very high up and is very exposed. So poor Oscar had to deal with very big hailstones at one point, bless him. That was cold. But it's a really good experience for her so that when we do go out and about, she's already experienced that atmosphere of wet weather because we can't choose what the weather's going to do as much as we might like it to. There you go, so then she softens into it. Good thing.
We're done. She's a very good girl. You follow me to stand there. Bye. Back. Been sucking on your lick. Good entertainment. Oh gee. I'm a soggy princess pony now. Hiya. So yeah, that was literally, it's 15 minutes pretty much bang on. Good girl. So I don't want to overdo it with her. So as long as she answers the questions that I ask her, or tries to, that's all we're aiming for, isn't it? So 15 minutes, that was enough for me and her today. Because I'm not that with it. Oh, that's a long way down, isn't it? That's a long way down. I don't want lick. I don't need share. I don't need share. No. Big boy. Right, should we get you intact? She's like, I see there's a lick over here as well. I know, darling. I know. I'll get you some treats in a sec. I'd rather you didn't because you'll get your head stuck. Go on. There's not much left in there anyway. If you kick that door with your bad leg again, I won't be very impressed. Come here. Oh. Can we not get our nose stuck in the lip? Oh, that's why you like it, because the water's got in it and it's made it all sloppy. Come here, please. She's like, that was nice. Come on then. Right, so I have finished riding. She's a very, very good girl, as you would have seen. So, as I already said, we only did 15 minutes. Because I don't like doing so much that she gets bored. And I want to keep her interested in what she's doing. So, yeah, only did, how am I going to... So that is Otis's. He's got carrots under there and they're covered in chopped straw. Just to keep him entertained for a bit, so he's got to go hunting. So I'll just put some water in that so he doesn't choke on it. But yeah, so as I was saying, I don't like doing so much that she gets bored because she's only 4, so we want to keep everything as interesting as we can so that somebody's getting the door on. I know exactly who that is. Hey! It's because Gigi's got her feed. He's had a feed, but he can now see hers and he's getting jealous. But he's got his little snack ball coming. So yeah, I want to keep her interested and entertained. So I feel like that's enough, don't want to drown it. I feel like I'm probably a little bit too overcautious with her in terms of what I do and don't do. But equally, I'd rather be like that and have a course that I can ride for the next 20 years, it'd be nice. And her still enjoy her job. I don't want her getting sour at all. the minute she doesn't enjoy her job, she will go out and have a massive long break. So hopefully she will keep enjoying it. Rain, we have rain. Good boy. So yeah, hopefully she'll keep enjoying it. And that is also why at the moment with hacking, I've literally just been walking out on the roads. We also had that one good day. Good boy. Ooh, sorry, I think I'm having right on my nose. We also had that one good day, good girl G, where the weather was raining like this, so I managed to jump Otis in the field. But other than that, we've literally just been doing walking work because it's just too hard, and as proven by Otis literally rolling his ankle in the field, fetlock joint in the field on a rut, just being silly, we think. They literally think he went, so obviously a leg like that, and just rolled it, because I can't hold it and talk. Let's put it there and hope Otis doesn't realise what's going on. So yeah, it's literally like in behind there, if that was a fetlock joint, if that makes sense. So it's like right in the middle, so it's as if you sort of rolled your ankle. You doing that? I'll put that in a sec. But yeah, so keeping everything nice and simple with her. We're doing, hopefully we can do a intro dressage test at the end of the year. That's my aim with her. So yeah, I hope that was interesting. It might not have been interesting, it might have been really boring, but it was just something to do. And hopefully Ollie's video is okay. I'll have a look in a minute. I'm going to go put her out and get soaked now, so bye!